Players, even a good game company, has to make a poor decision sometimes, and this is one of those. This is Yo Noid, developed by Now Production and published by Capcom, and released in 1990. Also known as Kamen no Ninja Hanamaru, or Masked Ninja Hanamaru. 2D platformer. The game was first released in Japan in 1990. It was localized to the United States to promote the Noid, the claymation mascot of Domino's Pizza, in the late 1980s. The game is also released as part of Nintendo's Play Choice 10 series and was featured on Game Center CX, which you can find episodes of at the LowBiasGaming forums. Oddly, this being first released in Japan, because Noid's pretty quintessentially an American thing. However, they are quite different. Basically, Yo Noid is just a reskinning. Let's talk about this for a little bit. Despite having the same gameplay, both games were very different in terms of storyline. The Japanese version, Hanamaru is a young masked ninja in training who is sent to Leisureland, a theme park made for children, to investigate the strange disappearances of kids. Having found out that the other ninjas were kidnapping the kids, Hanamaru decides to go and rescue them from their evil clutches. While in Yo Noid, wild slime-like creatures led by Mr. Green were running amok around New York City as they caused havoc. The mayor of the city decided to call the Noid to stop his evil duplicate who was causing all the trouble on the city to save everyone and get his massive pizza reward. Because if you're as old as me, you'll remember the Noid commercials, and you remember just what a helpful person he was, right? Both games use the modified engine of Wagonland and shared the same gameplay. Hanamaru and Noid has no life meter and loses a life by either making contact with an enemy or running out of time before completing a level. For offense, both characters use different weapons, a hawk for Hanamaru and a yo-yo for the Noid, but they can gather magic points by collecting scrolls and use them for screen-clearing special attacks or very rare power-ups, both kinds of which are found in large scrolls opened with their weapons. Extra lives are awarded every 20,000 points. Most levels are traveled on foot, but some exception in levels varies on including a skateboard and an auto gyro. In Hanamaru, you use the hawk for flight. Minigame varies on either versions. On Hanamaru, where both players wax penguins in one stage, Yo Noid has a pizza crusher level, as seen on the Avoid the Noid commercials. The boss battles also vary, on which Hanamaru uses card-based battles for the bosses. Yo Noid focuses on a pizza eating contest. Exclusive on Yo Noid, in the back cover of the instruction manual, there was a $1 off Domino's pizza coupon. Kamen no Ninja Hanamaru was first released in Japan in 1990. During the game's development on localizing the game, Capcom teamed up with Domino's Pizza to promote the company's mascot, changing a lot of graphics, sound, and presentation. However, none of the game mechanics were changed. The localized game was released in the rest of the world as Yo Noid in November of 1990. In the process, the game gained coherence in locations but lost in its plot and character design. Most of the game's music was reused for Yo Noid, though a few tunes were changed. A few new tracks were written for the latter to reflect a more American atmosphere. Before Kamen no Ninja Hanamaru got released, the Wagon engine was used as a base for the game itself, and Namco Bandai Games now publish the Wagonland series, while Capcom published both Hanamaru and Yo Noid. A sequel was supposedly in production for the N64. However, the project, thank God, was cancelled early on. Now, having never played Hanamaru, I can't say much about it, but I can say Yo Noid is not fun. It's just, why? I mean, yeah, you make a buck. Come on, Capcom. And you'd think with all the great Disney games they made, but no.